Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and I wanted to take this opportunity to go over the new STR team. A lot of people have asked me, hey, what would be a good team construction for Super STR? Primarily because of the fact that they, of course, got the new Vegeta, and eventually will get the new LR Vegito as well on that team. Primarily talking about global because of this, but really Vegeta can be substituted on JP for another unit of his ilk. I mean, he's one of the best units for this team, period, so it's kind of hard to find one that's as equally valuable, because it's basically impossible, but I'll give you guys a bunch of options. Hope you guys enjoy this. Subscribe if you are new for more content. That being said, like I said, this Vegito, yeah, but primarily the Vegeta is one of the best possible units for Super STR, along with being the hardest hitting Transcendent UR in global. And if based off of JP, if JP ever got him, for example, if JP had him today right now, he would apparently be the 4th hardest hitting one in the game. If you don't understand why, it's just simply because of the fact that he gets a nice passive increase. He also has the Supreme modifier, which is just enough. He doesn't need immense. It would be better if he had immense, though. That coupled with the fact that he has counters. So 100% passive and counters and a Supreme modifier and a great attack increase whenever he launches a super attack equals hardest hitting Transcendent UR in the game, to the point where it has been calculated, mathematically proven, that he generates more attack than SS4 Goku does when he is linked with his best friend SS3 Goku. So these two together, right, SS4 Goku does not outdamage this Vegeta on an average turn. You know, now that may change. Results may vary if Vegeta only gets one counter, for example, right? Or if he doesn't have a higher critical rate or things like that. But typically stuff like that is calculated, by the way, with like these guys only having a level 5 critical rate. So keep that in mind. It's not a pissing contest between these two. I just wanted to explain how devastatingly good that Vegeta really is, which is why I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I want him to come to JP simply so I can own him, but I love the fact that he's global exclusive right now, alongside, like, you know, units like Super Pikkon, regular Pikkon, STR Pikkon, and Super Kaioken Goku. So, of course, as I talked about, you have SS4 Goku. He has to be the leader. This is his team. Can't debate that. Super STR is his team. And his best friend, Mr. SS3 Goku, Ape form, is right there. They share 5 beautiful links together. That's a lot of power. Super Saiyan Kamehameha, GT, Fierce Battle, and Saiyan Roar. So what do you do to fill out the team? Here's the thing. There are a lot of solid units, right? I mean, you can function with more support units if you want to. A lot of people give support units flack, but it's just, again, another mathematical fact that they are some of the best units you can possibly funnel into these teams because they're just so valuable due to the way that the game calculates these statistics. But really, let's kind of fill in some of the more prevalent units. Of course, the Vegeta, like I said, he deserves a slot. He's an incredible unit. He has Prepare for Battle. That's not a link that he shares with the SS3, unfortunately. So you kind of want to keep him away from SS3. Honestly, I don't think that this pairing right here on the right is good enough in the optimal scenario, if you have every card available, of course, to be on a rotation anyway. I think that Vegeta is good enough to be on a rotation now because he's just too devastatingly good, despite the fact that he doesn't even have Fierce Battle. All right, so that's 3 units, right? So what else do we do to fill out the team? I'm looking for Kaba, but I'm not seeing Kaba here. Apparently, Kaba's not in this database, right? I don't know. I'm not seeing Mr. Kaba. Can I search for him? Can I search for the Kaba? The Kabaster. Oh, I know why I'm not seeing him, because he's an SSR. There you are, buddy. Okay, so Kaba. I can't deny the fact that Kaba's too damn good not to be here. That 40% passive is insane, okay? 40% is a tremendous boost offensively and defensively, along with the fact that he offers key support. The key support is a big plus when you function with units like LR Vegito Blue, who needs more key because he's an LR card and he gets better with more key, basically. So now that we've talked about these 4 staples, right, here's where it gets a little bit more different, because right now, the only version of Vegito Blue that we have right now is his Transcendent UR form, which is just regular Vegito. This guy is actually really good, honestly. Like, I'm pretty surprised. Like, his offense and defense is pretty high. Mine's at 90%, but a lot of people should be able to get him to 100%. If you just spend time playing, he's 100% free. You should be able to get him to 100%, just like every other free-to-play LR in the game. If you just spend time grinding, you can do it. So I will function and just kind of point out the fact that, like I said, mine is at 90% potential system completion. And this guy gets over 115,000 defense on average on this same team. So he's a very, very good tank. He also gets more attack and defense every time he launches a super, while hitting about 800k. All this with only a 60% attack increase passive. So incredible unit. That's all I can say. Right now, he takes that slot. If you have him at a higher potential system, value right now. If you don't have him there right now, I mean, a unit like GT Trunks or SS Blue Vegeta would go in that slot. Just another generic damage dealer because you don't really need the tank. If you want a tank, you could put SS3 Vegeta right here in that slot. Speaking of SS3 Vegeta, the GT Vegeta gets a lot better post-awakening, but just spoiler, he's a really good unit, but he's not going to make it onto my team simply because of the lack of cohesion with the rest of the build of the team. So if you have LR Vegito Blue, right? So just for future reference, he definitely goes on this team. This unit gets so much hate because he's not what a lot of people wanted him to be, or they don't like his super attack, or they don't think he's good because his passive only says 80%, despite completely misunderstanding how beastly 80% is on a unit like this. He deserves a spot on this team. Again, incredible unit. Let me point out a couple of things. Part 2 of his passive says he gets a flat number up to 10% attack, key increase. That means that on the normal scenario, no links active, he gets 6 key from the 2 leaders, and then he can bump himself up, let's just say 8, right? Because maybe you're not at like the bare minimum of your life, or maybe 6 key or something like that. Just with 6 key, he's already in a position where if you give him 3 STR orbs or you have some sort of key support, it's very, very easy to get his ultra super off. Now, there's a bit of a confusion with him because a lot of times you probably would want to avoid that ultra super because he builds attack and defense with just his normal 12 super, so it's a bit contradictory. With the 18 key super, he gets a great attack increase just like this new Vegeta does, so you kind of pick your poison with that. But just ultimately with LR cards, the more key they have, the higher the key multiplier, the more damage that they can output. So this guy is going to be hitting among the hardest on this team, if not the hardest on this team, just naturally, right? Especially at a higher, again, potential system value, being the only card on this list that you don't have to actually summon for, right? So he's going to be doing the requisite over 1 million damage, over 1.5 million damage, and he's going to be incredible. 80% is very, very high for a unit with his base stats, okay? Look at his base stats, 14,000 attack, 9,000 defense rounded up, pre-orbs, right? These stats go up about 5,000 with orb investment, and then on top of that, you add 80% and the leader skills and any sort of passive support from the Kaba and SS3 Goku. So I have talked about how good this unit is. If you just deny it at this point, you're just oblivious. I'm sorry, I don't want to be that type of guy, but it's just honest, right? You're just being oblivious to the fact that he's really good. But again, I do understand some people want him to be better than he is, right? And that's 100% warranted because they made us wait and all these other reasons. I understand that. I'm working with what we got here. So now that we have 5 units, okay, and again, same position though, if you don't have either Vegeta or Vegito, blue technically, you want to funnel in one of these other units like Trunks, like Vegeta SS Blue, like SS3 Vegeta here because it can be an off-rotation tank, like SS2 Gohan. I would probably say the best unit, if you don't have them, to be 100% honest with you, is a unit like Bardock. He's probably the best one to put in that slot because of his incredible passive. Again, supports are incredible, but I understand if you don't want to use them because they're not super fun. Barlot is a cool consideration. Ultima Gohan, I didn't forget you, man. You're a good option too, but just your lack of good links really hurts the overall team. And last but not least, Pikkon is a really good option. Alongside Orb Goku here, or Spirit Bomb Goku, it just kind of comes down to what you have, right? If you don't have Kaba, a unit like Master Roshi could be really good for you, so on and so forth. I mean, at some point, you've got to kind of take the initiative and see what units you do and don't have in your box and kind of just compare and contrast and fill out the rest of your team. I can only give you a general idea. But for the last slot, really, I would consider Ultima Gohan. I really would. I really, really would if this man had anything more than 1s and 2s across the board. Like, he doesn't link at all with Vegeta. He shares 2 links with SS4 Goku. That's great. Shocking Speed and Fierce Battle. That's great. Saiyan Warrior Race or Saiyan Lineage right here with Kaba. Fierce Battle with the Ape Goku. What is this? Saiyan Warrior Race right here? Power Bestow by God with Vegito Blue. I don't care about stuff like that. Gohan has a nice passive as well, especially if he's able to trigger his defensive type passive that allows him to block hits just like the Janemba units do. Incredible unit, my favorite character. So I don't want to be mean to him, right? But it's just a simple fact, doesn't fit the team super well. And that's just how simple it is, really. So if you've made it to this point, optimal rotations, like I said, would probably be these 2 and then these 2 down here. Just because Vegito Blue, I can't imagine him not generating enough attack, especially due to the fact that you will get this guy every 3 turns, and he won't only help SS4 Goku, he'll also help Vegito. So keep that in mind, especially if Kaba shows up. Kaba is the wild card. He's like, honestly, probably the most underrated unit on this team while being one of the best ones, period. But for my last slot, honestly, I'm going with the OG. I'm going with the OG. He's coming back. The reason why I went with Gogeta is because, not because he himself is a phenomenal unit. All types effective passive that he has is incredible. It's probably the best passive in this game between him and Int Gogeta. I'm going with this guy because of his synergy across the board. He helps bridge some gaps, having Prepare for Battle, which is a link that the LR Vegito Blue actually does not have, right? If we go over to his links, he doesn't have it. Links are right here. Super Saiyan, Warrior Gods, Over in a Flash, Power Bestowed by God, Fused Fighter, Shattering Limit, and Legendary Power. So he does not have Prepare for Battle, which can suck, all right? So this guy helps to bridge some gaps in that last slot, has Fused Fighter, has Over in a Flash, which is pretty prevalent on this team. And the next option, if you don't want to run Gogeta, that is 100% fine with me. The last option I would funnel into this team is this guy. He's not even showing up, which, you know, I'll bring him up now, though. Don't worry about it. He's coming right now, as soon as this loads up. All right, this guy right here. Whenever this guy awakens, he will be so damn good. But even without awakening, he functions really well in that last slot due to his incredible link set. Links very well with Vegito here. He's able to trigger Warrior Gods, which nobody else on this team can do. Of course, you can actually put the physical blue Vegeta there in that slot too, and he's able to trigger that, I believe, too. Over in a Flash helps this guy get to his best potential super attack as well, and just links really well across the board by also having Shocking Speed, which is a prevalent link for SS4 Goku, which allows Gohan to be better. So if you have this guy, for example, you can run him and run SS4 Gohan. I wish. STR Gohan right here, feasibly on this team if you're missing a unit. So if you wanted to funnel this guy into the team and you don't have the Vegeta or what have you, the Gohan would fit perfectly in that slot, especially because there's a little Shocking Speed buddy here, and then there's two SS4 Gokus that also have Shocking Speed, and it works out really well that way. So again, just to recap, this is basically the best team that you can function with as a Super STR team. Most cohesive. Not going to say that it generates the most damage. I'm pretty sure it's up there, but there may be a build with that last slot that I said Gogeta goes in. There may be a build that features a different unit in that slot that fits a little bit better damage potential-wise, but my whole goal with these is to show you guys the most cohesive builds for the teams that you guys would want to run. And if you guys want, I can do a separate video for LR Vegito Blue and the way that the Realm of Gods team would function. Now, that one's a little bit difficult because of the fact that we have tech and physical Vegito Blue. So really, it just kind of depends on how significant legendary power really is, because that link will be triggered with LR Goku Black and Zamasu if you have that card as well. So we'll see. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you consider subscribing for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And of course, like I said, if you don't have something, for like the 5th time saying it, you got to look at your box and discern what you have that's good. If you need more Shocking Speed units, Beerus STR has it. Arale STR has it. You know, Gotenks STR has it. So on and so forth. Have an awesome day and take it easy, guys.